Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome to the Muscatine Today show. Thank you guys for joining us. I want to start off the show by saying thank you to all of our great sponsors. Those sponsors include Muscatine Power and Water, Rivo Plumbing and Heating, R7 Reclaimed, Impact Life Blood Center, Lutheran Living, CBI, Toyota of Muscatine, Impact Athletic Performance, Suntan City Muscatine, Real Estate Resource Associates, Unity Point Health Trinity Muscatine, and of course Hy-Vee with the Market Grill Express here. We're taking over every morning, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. to bring you the show. This morning I have a couple of Riverhawks with me. I'm super excited about that. I always love when they join me on the show. For one, I get to talk them into playing games with me, and they don't normally fuss too much. But for two, I am a longtime Riverhawks fan, so it's fun to see how far they've come since that first game, and it's cool. It's really cool to see just how far you've come and how much the team has grown since that very first game.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, it's amazing. It's amazing. So very cool. Like, I remember hearing you guys talk about that. Like, oh, we're putting together this semi-pro team, and we're gonna do this. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys are gonna like break bones. We're getting too old for this crap, you know. And you've done it, and it's gotten bigger and bigger every year. And you guys have done great, and you're competitive, and you're amazing. So. And have this team here in Muscatine. I want people in Muscatine to know about it yet, so we need to talk more about it. But you guys have something cool coming up, which is trying to be a part of the team, which to record before the show to show people, because it's really cool. I love seeing how you guys interact with each other and seeing the fun that you guys have, just like even before the show, you know, like it's always laughter, it's always really a fun atmosphere whenever you guys are around. And I wish I could show that to everybody as well, because that's what people want to be a part of. You know, everybody's looking for that right now, anytime. Yeah. But so that's what you get when you're a part of the River. And I feel like also it's pretty cool to see that, you know, maybe one person tries out for the team from the family, but really the whole family becomes part of the Riverhawks family.
That's right.
You know?
Yeah.
And so it's cool to see that, and I want everybody to understand that's watching too. It is one big family, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so I'll stop doing all the talking here, because that's why I brought you guys on. But so let's talk a little bit. We'll start off with a little bit of the history for people who don't know a lot about the Muscatine Riverhawks, so that people know, and then we'll get into maybe a little bit about tryouts and what people can expect of that. So let's talk a little bit about the history of Riverhawks, how we got started with this.
So it's kind of a crazy idea how we got started. Won't go too much into detail, but 2015 in the fall, we met somebody in Peoria that talked about maybe potentially starting a team in Muscatine. Yep. Like, I'm not really sure. So we went with it, found 15 guys right away to be able to present to the league, and then we were able to kick off in 2016. We got in contact with the school district. They were really open about letting us use the facilities. And it just, from the first game that you talked about being at, defending champions, first game of the season, first game in Riverhawk history. And we got beat 30-2, and that was eye-opening on what we needed to do to get better.
Right.
Was this for us or not? And we went with it, and then 2018, where we were able to win a championship. Yep. Started filling the roster with 43 guys instead of 17.
Right.
And started getting more attention, better athletes, younger athletes, and you know, it wasn't. We had an individual actually brought a cooler with beer to play on the team.
Right. It's like, oh, this is just for fun. Like, no big deal. Just come, bring your beer, no problem.
And then after the first game, it was we were ready to. We were ready to pick up the pace.
You get that, you get that, like, competitive itch after you lose your first game and you're like, okay, like, we could do better. Like, come on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you guys did. You immediately, you knew what you had to work on, and you knew that you guys could do better, and all of a sudden, it was like game on.
Yep. We've been able to compete at least in the semifinals in our league. Once we won the championship, the first season we did not make it to the semifinals, and then the year after our championship was really a rebuild season because, we lost a lot of players that, after winning, we're done playing football. And so that was kind of the start of the rebuild, and we lost in the first round that season, and then the last few have been in the semifinals again, just falling short of making the championship. We've been a nationally ranked team for three or four years in a row. Yeah. So that gets some different attention to be able to be on a board of the top 25 ranked teams in the nation with Texas teams, Oklahoma teams all over the nation, and put Muscatine on there in semi-pro football is pretty cool.
Like, literally putting Muscatine on a board with huge state. I mean, Texas is like this football, like this is what we talk about, right?
Yep.
And Muscatine Riverhawks is on that board with them. That's pretty cool stuff. And so I think we should be really proud of that as a community that this is here in our town. And so tell me, how are you connected to the Riverhawks, and what's your kind of connection to it now today?
Yeah, so I'm Sean Sheehan. I played linebacker in 2018, so I kind of got recruited out of the Quad Cities. We had some teams in the Quad Cities, the Raiders and the Wolfpack, and they also had a Riverhawks team, but they were all in the midst of folding or people going everywhere. And a player named Des Cunningham and Eric Johnson reached out and said, hey, come out to the Riverhawks, Kyle and Sam, they're awesome to play for. You'll never play for anybody else like them. And I was already on the verge of retiring. I was 30 years old. I was going into my 30th birthday that year. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll go one more year. 8-man, never played 8-man. So I went out there and, right off the bat, I fit in with everybody. Half of the team were former teammates on these other teams from the Quad Cities. And you could just tell the feeling being there was different. It wasn't just showing up and playing football. It was, we were going to dinner every night. We were coming up with different nights to go hang out. Like, it wasn't just about football.
Yeah.
And, as we kept playing, more bonds with people you never knew before were happening all amongst the team. And, one of the games that we had, I let the team talk me into shaving my head, So, and I never went back. Yeah. So, 2018, we ended up winning the championship, and it was probably the best feeling in the world. It felt like a second life, a second chance at football, because in high school I didn't play very much, and college I played 1 year, and then after that football's over, and the Quad City teams just were not anything more than exercise.
Right.
And then when we came out here, it was different. We wanted to win. We had that competitive itch.
Yeah.
So after 2018, we went into 2019. I blew out my knee. So I was done, and I called it a career, hung up the pads, and then this last year I actually asked if I could come back just to kind of prove myself that I could still do it. And I played. I got hurt again, but it was okay.
Yeah.
So now I'm just trying to help the organization. I help with fundraisers and things like that. So
awesome. So you're kind of just sort of like, I don't want to say behind the scenes, but you're kind of on deck helping with recruiting players and fundraising and just being part of the family.
Yep, and I made a promise to Kyle, Sam, and Eric that whatever they need, I'll try to help with if I can.
Yep, that's awesome.
Yep.
I think that proves like just the nature of the Muscatine Riverhawks, that like even after you're done playing football, even after you've said, like, okay, like I think I'm done, playing football, that you still want to be part of the organization in some way and be connected to it. That says a lot about an organization, that you still want to be connected and you still want to be part of that. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, it's hard. I mean, it's
It's like, I don't wanna go here yet, you know?
seeing players that you won a championship with still playing. You want to be out there with those guys because that's the rest of your championship team. Those guys were your brothers to win that season. So that it's hard to watch them play without you. So.
Yeah. So you want to help any way that you can.
Yep.
And that's what you're doing. So that's pretty cool. So there's a chance for people to be a part of the team and be a part of the family coming up.
Yes.
Like right around the corner.
Twice in the next 2 weeks.
Yep. So I think we have the flyer that I've been seeing kind of floating around on social media and online. And there's tryouts. Tell me a little bit about tryouts.
So
What's that look like?
Well,
I've been preparing for weeks. Since the last time you were on, I've been working out. I've been like working on my football skills and like really watching a lot of YouTube videos.
Yeah.
So
we structure it pretty basic. We do a lot of the basic like broad jump and then 40-yard dash. We measure everybody's speed to see by speed what position can they play. And then we get into a lot of skills, drills with the linemen, wide receivers.
Sure.
And then we throw a few schemes at them defensively or offensively. If we have 50 guys and this is part of the team, what schemes would match these guys the best? And then that's when we go back to the drawing board and decide on what style of defense are we going to run this year? What style of offense are we going to run this year? So that's kind of what tryouts looks like.
Yep. Okay. So if you're someone that hasn't played football in a few years, it's still okay to come to tryouts?
Absolutely. Coach Eric and myself, I feel confident we have a good eye. Even if you're out of shape and you're going to commit, we know how to get you to the point to where you want to be or where you're going to fit in.
Okay. All right. Cool. So when do these people need to show up and where? When and where do these people need to show up if they want to try out for the Muscatine Riverhawks?
Gym clothes and cleats this next weekend, the 10th.
The 10th.
We're actually going to have our first tryout in the Iowa City area at Tiffin soccer fields. A lot of people might wonder why Iowa City.
Sure.
Well, we have a few Iowa City kids on the team, Cedar Rapids area, and it's an area we've not ever approached.
Sure.
So there's nothing for that area in semi-pro sports at all.
Okay.
So we think it might be a good area to go to. We've got a lot of feedback. We have a lot of players from the area that are bringing people. So if we can attract areas that have not been approached yet, that's why we're going to Iowa City.
Well, that's one of the great things about Muscatine is we're kind of right in the middle of, we've got the Quad Cities, Iowa City, and we can kind of be that middle hub for a really great team.
Yes. So then, like I said, gym shorts, cleats, and bring a good attitude and just be ready to compete because we're going to compete the very first day at tryouts. We're going to test your limits. And then the following weekend on Saturday the 16th, if I'm correct on the date, I'm just thinking the top of my head. So Saturday the 16th.
We've got a head shake.
We will be back into Muscatine.
Okay.
So then we will have our tryouts in Muscatine at noon and on the back turf field that we've always played on in the past. And that's where we'll see if we can, get some new talent just from Muscatine again. Typically, every year we always when we go to the drawing board at the end of the season, we're like, oh wow, how are we going to replace this guy and this guy? And somebody is always shows up that we're not expecting. Somebody always shows up and fills the shoes. So, and that's all we're hoping for. We're just hoping to give an opportunity to guys for a second chance, or maybe it's something that they need. If you want to be a part of a family or have friends, whatever it is, just come out.
Okay, so they come out to the tryouts, try out. Don't bring your cooler of beer because you're going to actually compete.
No.
We're not that kind of team anymore.
And you can't bring them to the school, so.
We're not doing that anymore, okay? So bring a water bottle. You're going to need to hydrate. Okay, so I've got all of the check marks on what I need to do for my tryout. What's the age? I mean, so 18 and up?
18 and up.
Okay.
Yep.
18 and up to try out for the team this year. Just come ready to be a part of a team, to try hard, and they'll be able to pick out exactly what is needed for the team this year. How many guys are you looking to recruit? Or girls? Can girls play?
We'll recruit as many.
Is that a thing?
Well, I mean, you can. I mean, there's nothing against the rules. If a girl wants to play, a girl can definitely play.
No age requirement either, right? Because, I mean, Coach Eric played until he was like 70, right?
Until he was 70.
70.
70.
So yeah, anybody can play, 18 or older.
18 or older. Okay. You heard it. 18 and older, come ready to compete against me. It's going to be hard. But, oh, I can kick with my left foot, Jazz. I injured my ankle, and now they're all like judging me, thinking I can't kick a football.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay, so we talked about a lot. We talked about tryouts. We talked about the history. We talked about kind of what to expect. We want people who want to be part of a family, who want to commit to the team and really do good things, and really show up and not only be a part of this family, but show up and do good things for the community and continue to get up on that board. And wow, like that's cool stuff for Muskie team.
Yep. It's not just football.
Yeah.
Football is the last thing about it. It's family first, and just building something.
Yep.
It's still discipline. I know we're all adults, but it's still about discipline as well.
Yep.
Some need a little more discipline.
Absolutely.
And what can we do to help you succeed in life? We've helped people get jobs or fit in different communities. So
yeah, absolutely.
Football is the last thing.
Yeah.
Football's just there for fun. We want to win, absolutely want to win.
Yes.
At the end of the day, there's no other option.
Yeah.
But overall, it's about what can we do for you to be a better person, better father, mother, whatever it is.
Yep.
Just overall.
Yeah. And so I know there are people out there watching that are probably saying, like, I can't play football, but this sounds like a really cool organization, something I, want to get behind. And you can sponsor the team. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of really great local places that sponsor the team already.
Yes.
I know Boonies is one that I've seen.
Boonies has sponsored us almost every year.
Yep.
And, always does great. We have all of our events there.
Yep.
So we should be getting ready to call them to schedule one for our signing day coming up in November after tryouts. So.
Yep. So if you own a business and you want to be a part of it and you want to sponsor the team or make a donation of some sort, you can do that. You can do that. Come out and watch the games. Like, how huge is that? To just have the support.
Big thing.
When the guys show up for a game and have the stands are full and people are lined up with their chairs and have the cheering. That's so important to have that support on the field as well. So make sure that that's another way you can really support this team and make sure that they feel the love of our community, because we're going to keep telling you about the Riverhawks and make sure that everybody knows that they exist and that we're here in the community. We're here. I'm part of the team already. I already made the team. So just there's a place for you on the team, whether you're trying out or whether you want to help out as a sponsor or be on the sidelines and be cheering. So
we can we've created positions for people that wanted to do something, or they want to help create ads on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram. Be a game day organizer, whatever it is. Then we'll create it, and it's also an opportunity to put something on your resume. We've had interns that did our media team last year and was able to create. We have an individual that graduated and we got him a job here in Muscatine. So all those things, it's just what we do.
Good opportunities, and that's what families do. You create opportunities for each other and help each other succeed however you can. So if you want to be a part of that, reach out. They have, social media. That's a great way to reach out. Super responsive on social media. So if you're thinking right now, like, there has to be a way that I can be involved in this, and I want to be a part of it, or if you have any questions about tryouts and or anything like that, absolutely reach out and be a part of it, because it's pretty cool to be a part of, and I think it's just going to continue to grow and continue to go places. So you better get on now, right?
Yeah.
Before, pretty soon we're going to be asking for autographs all the time, and they're not going to have time for us anymore. So that's why I'm like, I have to get them scheduled for the next few years on the show, so that they can't back out.
Yeah.
That's what's happening here. So thank you guys so much for coming on,
thanks for having us.
doing such a good job at truly going out and showing what our community is all about. So I appreciate it. Go try out for sure. And we're gonna play a game. I don't know if you guys saw, but they found a game that apparently I'm gonna probably beat you guys at. But I don't know. I think Isaiah's gonna come over and play too. He's been practicing though, so he's a cheater. I don't know if you.
Well, his practice didn't. It wasn't so hot.
It wasn't so hot.
Unless he's practicing in the back with the old paper football, we'll see what happens.
All right, so you guys have to come over here.
The very first player to ever get cut, right?
Hopefully this doesn't count towards my tryout for Saturday, but okay. So I guess, hopefully I make it in, but I guess whoever gets closest, you guys can go first.
What are we? We're kicking field goals?
Yep, we're kicking field goals.
Okay.
We'll each get. Okay. So there's 4 of us. Oh.
Coming in for the clutch kick.
Are you bringing weapons?
No,
There's no weapons allowed.
I didn't know that until just now.
Okay, so Isaiah can go first.
Oh.
All right, you're first. Let's see.
Wait, I gotta ask. Are we flicking this way or this way?
Well, you flick it that way, right?
This way?
What? Wait.
old school.
No, the old school way.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't think I've done this since high school, man. Oh, off the upright.
Oh.
No good.
Now it's in.
No, sorry.
I tuckered it. It's all
I
good.
don't know. All right, you can go.
Instant replay.
Check that in slow-mo.
Yeah.
Slow-mo's not an option here. This is.
Oh, look at him getting all lined up. Let's see. I don't know.
Check his alignment here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Close.
He tuckered in.
Yikes. I should have practiced. Why didn't I practice?
Practice, honestly.
Yeah?
Good, it's good.
Help, to be honest.
Woo!
All right.
All right.
Gotta line it up.
Get it in there.
No, way right.
Oh! All right. So who actually got it in?
You and Kyle.
Oh.
You have to have a face-off.
Okay. So do we have to just go back further, or what?
Yeah, but he actually gets to run at you like it's.
Like he's blocking it.
Okay.
That's good.
Yeah?
That's good. Look good.
Yeah?
okay.
Okay. Better scoot your butt back. Don't be trying to cheat.
I won't. Oh.
Don't miss it.
Way right.
Oh! I don't know. You might get replaced on the team. Just saying.
It's possible.
It's possible. Well, I appreciate you guys coming on. And again, I think Riverhawks are awesome. Go try out. Be a part of something pretty cool that's going on in Muscatine and that's going to continue to grow. We're going to go to a quick commercial, and then Tom Ulses is on to talk a little bit about our Muskies.
Yeah,
So talking
there we
about
go.
growing programs and what's next for the Muskies. Maybe it's the Riverhawks, right? We will be right back after a commercial.
We just don't work out in a single plane of motion.
Attention! This is an important message for all you grown-ups. Get the COVID vaccine. I miss my friends. This is the end of the message. I'm back. Not so fast. You can't return to a regular program yet. Not until you get the COVID vaccine. This for real is the end of my message. Safe care, your way. Unity Point Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
Does it really matter how beef is trimmed? Meet the facts. Fact: Hy-Vee has higher standards when it comes to trimming beef. Hy-Vee Choice Reserve is trimmed with only 1/4 inch of fat, so you pay for the meat, not for the fat, and get what you pay for. Are you getting what you pay for? Stop paying for the fat. Check out meetthefacts.hyvee.com.
All right. So now I have with me Tom Ulses, and there's so much going on. You know, I mean, it's fall at the high school, and so a ton of activities happening. You know, football and volleyball, and you know, of course, we have band and all of those things up and running as well. Everyone's been excited about the stadium and all of the things happening with that. The crew got some drone footage, actually, for people who haven't been able to visit the stadium yet. So we're going to show that quick, and then we'll talk about some things that are still coming, because I know there are some things that are still going to be happening at the stadium, but we'll show a little bit of the drone footage of what it looks like now. If you haven't been able to visit, you should go in person for sure, but we'll show some of that drone footage here for a second of the stadium. The audio is still on, so yeah, I mean, look at this. This is like a whole new world.
It is, definitely. And then what's even more exciting, I think, like on Wednesday, the work crew started painting the lines on the track, so they'll be done by like noon today. So what is on the footage right there, just the black surface of the track. Now it has actual lines and the lane markings and all the stuff that help you run a track meet. So it looks even better.
And then, so the other thing that's cool that a lot of work has been done as far as getting sponsors and things like that for this cool scoreboard that I've been hearing so much about. So tell me about this scoreboard and what this means for the facilities.
Well, at some point in the near future, because we're at the mercy of shipping and international logistics a little bit, but at some point we will have a brand new scoreboard. It'll be down on the same end as the old scoreboard, but we'll also have a very large video board with it. So we'll be able to do, you know, good luck, defense, just the different typical things where there will not be instant replay on the big board, but and then additional opportunities for advertising sponsors and everything. So it will really kind of finish off the whole project. It's going to be great.
I mean, this has been something it's kind of been a long time coming. We've wanted to do this for the school for the whole community, and I think you talked about that at the last time that you came. Was just that having a turf field like this offers so many more opportunities for people to be able to use the field. We don't have to worry as much about, you know, the youth program going out and using it before a football game, or, you know, things like that you were talking about, or the band competitions, and, you know, people like that going out and using the field before a football game or something, and tearing it up, because now we have this cool turf field, right?
We've had 3 home Friday night football games so far this season, and 2 of them had a lot of rain, either in the afternoon in the early game or during the game itself. And like we would have, in essence, especially that first game, we'd have ripped up the field on the first home game of the year, and it's in great shape. Obviously, it's turf field, and Saturday, October 9th is when our marching band invite is going to be taking place on it. So I know the marching band leaders, Mr. Hyde, Mr. Plummer, have really appreciated it, and I know our kids really appreciate being able to practice on the field too. So it's really exciting when I walk out in the morning and they're practicing, and it just feels good.
Yeah, it looks amazing. This is such a cool addition to the school, and and really kind of ups our game. And it's cool to invite, when the guests come from other schools, it's something that the kids can really be proud of, to bring other schools to and have them feel a sense of pride, inviting, the opponents to this field and feel really proud of it. So,
yeah, definitely. It's a definite showpiece for the community.
Yep.
We're extremely proud of it. I mean, this spring when we have track meets with our the new track, we also have brand new long jump pits, which we kind of basically go from the worst long jump pits in the state to just wonderful, top-notch facilities for track.
Yeah, so cool. So we were talking about some activities and stuff. There is a huge list of activities that are coming up. I mean, golf is going on right now, and there's, football and volleyball and all of these things, swim. Talk a little bit about how some of these teams are doing right now for people who might not know. And
starting off, boys golf is getting close to the end of their season. They'll have their district meet next Tuesday. Right. So last Friday and Saturday they had their conference meet. Doug Custis made second team all conference. He finished 9th in the conference. Michael Henderson he got honorable mention all conference, and that's all based on how you finish at the conference meet. So that was great for them. Girls swimming is kind of in the middle section as they're heading towards getting ready for tournament play. Regionals, volleyball's moving towards the end of their season. So we'll have senior night coming up in a couple weeks for those programs. October 14th, I think, for girls swimming and volleyball is senior night for both of those. And October 15th, our next home football game, we'll have senior night for football, marching band, cheer, pom, cross country. We'll also be honoring all of those seniors as well. So we're kind of in that period where we're starting to head towards the end of the fall seasons and getting ready for tournament play. And
it's crazy to think that we're at the end of fall already and heading into winter sports pretty soon. It's nuts.
The calendar moves so fast.
I know, it does. Recognizing these seniors pretty soon. I really hope that people fill the stands and recognize these seniors, because, man, they've had a tough couple years, and so it'll be cool to really recognize them and show a lot of support for their final seasons for some of them, if they don't play another sport. So really go out and show a lot of support for those guys for the senior night. I know, talking about recognizing people, there's going to be some recognition for a team that, what was it? Championship team. They're being asked to come back and have a little celebration for them, right?
On October 15th, that night, that home football game, we are recognizing the 2001 Muskie football team, which some may know this, some may not. They were the first Muskie football team to win a playoff game that year. So actually, they were only the second team to qualify for the playoffs, but so we're having a 20th reunion recognition for them and trying to get the word out to as many people as possible to come back and be recognized. Some of the players are in the community, I know, and then some are kind of spread their wings and moved away, so hopefully we have a good turnout.
So if you're part of that team, absolutely come and celebrate and take part in that. That's a pretty cool night to be recognized, and I think it also kind of shows the current football team, kind of gives them like a little some hope and some kind of gears them up and maybe gives them a little flame to go into the football game. And,
I think it's always inspirational to learn about the past and hear from some of those players that were very successful. There were some very successful players back in the early 2000s for Muscatine that went on to play at college football, many different colleges. There was a member of the 2001 team that I just learned this week that's actually the strength and conditioning coach for the Detroit Lions. So he's working in professional football, and he started in Muscatine.
Right.
I mean, you can go lots of places.
That's pretty cool.
So
you can go wherever your heart desires. If you work hard, you really can go places. And so that is, it's inspirational for our kids today to see some of that stuff. So. So many things happening at the school district, and you said there's a band competition coming up at our facilities.
October 9th, Saturday, October 9th, we host our annual Muskie Marching Band invites. I think the start time is around 5 o'clock that night, but they'll be on the stadium, and fans will be in the bleachers, and it'll be a great night for everyone.
Yeah, awesome. So lots of stuff going on for fall here in Muscatine at the school, and hopefully you guys will come and support. Whether you have a kiddo at the school, someone you know or not, still being a part of the community and showing up for some of those activities is really important for the kids in the community. So show up and have a good time. And even the band competitions are so fun to watch. If you've never been to a band competition, this is show up. It's a local competition that you can go to, and it's really fun to see what they come up with, and it's fun to watch. So go and enjoy that, and be a part of that, and support those kids too.
Definitely.
So thank you so much for coming
you're welcome.
and chatting a little bit about the athletics at Muscatine High School, and I appreciate you all joining us today on the show. And we will be back on Monday, but until then, don't forget that kindness is free. So spread that stuff wherever you go.
Hello, I'm Tennille with R7 Reclaimed, located in Grandview, Iowa. We mix old and new goods together so that you can find the story of your home. When you get here, you will find a mix of old and new goods that are put together so seamlessly you won't even be able to tell which is which. And not only that, it's going to speak to you and your home. We are worth the road trip. We call it the R7 road trip. So punch in 337 Cemetery Lane, Grandview, Iowa into that GPS and make the road trip.
Here at Total Muscatine, we believe it's important to be strong supporters of our local community.
And that's why we donate thousands upon thousands of dollars to local Muscatine charities each year.
It's the reason why all of our employees are local to the area and have a vested interest in our community.
Even Daisy and Dilly keep it local by visiting the local dog park.
So remember, when you shop Total Muscatine, you're not only sure to get great service, but you're here also supporting local.